For the longest time too, like I was trying to be a good person, and I was like, I have to be good, I have to be kind, I have to make sure everyone else is okay, I have to make sure that I don't hurt people, I have to make sure I do the right thing, I have to make sure that I was so miserable and I was so depressed doing that. When I became happy as soon as I stopped caring. I became happy as soon as I stopped giving an F, and I became mean. And by mean, I only mean that I stopped making other people's happiness and needs higher than my own. That's all that means. That does not mean go intentionally hurt people. That does not mean go intentionally try to insult someone. It just means caring more about yourself than the other person, which, by the way, this is natural. But what if this person thinks, and what I did, they make it mean that I'm a bad person, or I hurt them, or I don't care? Girl! No, just no. As soon as I reminded myself of what truly matters, as soon as I reminded myself of the fact that it's not my responsibility to make sure that this adult, okay, if they don't go and they express themselves, if they don't communicate their needs, if they don't make sure that they are okay, it is not my responsibility to make them happy. Nuh-uh. This is not how we roll over here, okay? Listen, everyone is an adult. Everyone has a responsibility for themselves. It is not your job to make sure that they are okay. It is your job to make sure that you're okay. Okay? Yes. You have to make sure you are okay. You have to make sure that you are all right. And it's okay if someone else decides you're a bad person. Let them. Listen. Let them. Everyone is going to have a different story in your head, in your brain. And I've spent years being miserable because I was trying to be good. I was trying to be nice. And I realized that I was not even pursuing certain things that I wanted to pursue because I was afraid that if I really go and ask for what I want, if I really become, I don't want to say pushy, but expressive and communicative with my needs, with my desires, that people are going to think that I'm a bad person, that I'm mean, that maybe somehow I'm entitled, or some other BS that they're going to invent in their heads. But you know what? Let them. People have stories of you in their brains anyway. People create stories about you without knowing a damn thing. Like, they're gonna create stories about you, especially over here on the internet, okay? People see something. They see something on your Instagram story. They see something on a post. They hear something from someone about you, and they're gonna go and they're gonna conclude something that's completely not true. They're gonna create a whole story about you in their own head that has nothing to do with who you really are, because they don't have a clue who you really are. So why does it matter so much what they think? Why does it matter what kind of story they're creating? Let them create whatever story they want to have. Let them live the life that they want to live, because it is their life. It is their story, it is their brain, and no matter what you do, you cannot control the stories other people create about you. I don't have Instagram, okay? I do not like Instagram, but sometimes I do log in on my laptop and I watch Instagram from other people, and like just watching stories from people, you see people's posts, and you, as a result, you develop conclusions about their lives. You develop conclusions based on videos you see, of stories, of writings, even of things that people share publicly, and you think you know what's actually going on in their life. You think you know what they're doing, but you don't. And the same goes the other way around too. Even your friends, even people close to you, even the ones that try to impress, they will never really know the real you. Only you know the real you. So trying to be nice, trying to maintain someone, and this comes so much with trying to be a good person. And I was so miserable doing this, okay? I became happy once I became mean, okay? This is true fact. Once I reached the point where it hurt too much to be nice. It hurt too much. I said, I can't take this anymore. And I let go, and I became mean. That's when I became happy. That's when I can sleep at night at peace, because I know that I put me first, and I will make sure I'm okay. And I want you to do the same, because yes, it's important to consider other people, but when I'm talking to you right now, probably you are someone who has a big heart, you're probably empathic, you're probably highly sensitive, you probably care about people too much, you probably care about them more than you care about yourself. That's not the way it's supposed to be. People have themselves to care for. You have yourself to care for. You come first. When you put yourself first, your entire life shifts. Everything shifts. Because really, becoming mean, I say this, it cured my depression, because it really did. And I was not even aware of the fact that I was feeling sad and I couldn't figure out what's wrong with me, right? Like, I was trying to be nice, I was trying to be kind, I was trying to people please, essentially, and I couldn't figure out. There was this underlying sense of like emptiness and sadness, because the truth is, no matter how much you try, certain people will never like you no matter what you do. And it doesn't make sense to keep giving up yourself. I was sad because I was consistently giving up my truth for someone else. And you can't be happy living that way. At the most, you're gonna be numb and feel nothing. Okay? It doesn't make any sense to do that. And I really feel like this is another rant. I actually just filmed a painting video, which is ergo an entire mess on the floor. Okay, my previous video, I just filmed it. I'm filming a second one because once I was painting, what happens when I paint is I have downloads, I have realizations, and I was painting and I had a download and I started crying. Certain things happened, and what it is it's hard for me in the moment to understand people's feelings and to understand what is being said and to understand how I feel. Usually when I'm interacting with someone, I don't judge them in the moment. I just like take everything as data. I judge them later. Okay, I process everything later. And so when I was painting, it all kind of came to me and I realized certain things and I started crying. I'm like, oh wow, I didn't realize the fact that, maybe I should have behaved differently. Maybe I could have done better. Like, I don't want to hurt certain people. Like, I care about people. It's a problem. Okay. And I was crying, and then I went to my bed and I lay down and I hugged my alien baby, just like I'm up my green plush alien baby. And I was like in bed, and then something switched in my brain. I was like, wait a second, why am I crying? Why am I crying? It's not my job to make sure that certain adults, if certain adults don't express themselves and don't communicate clearly, it's not my job to sit here and to try to figure out and to analyze them while I'm painting and to try to make sure that I read everything correctly in between the lines and make sure that I behave correctly to make sure that they're okay and happy. It's not my job to do that, okay? If people don't communicate clearly, if you did not express your needs, sorry, not my problem. Literally not my problem. Your problem. I'm gonna be over here happy because I did my best. I know I care. If you did not communicate, it's not my problem. Sorry, not sorry, okay? When I realized this, I was like, I have to make a video about this because I feel like a lot of you guys, you're just like me, okay? You're also very nice. You care about people. But you have to care about yourself too. You can't make everyone happy. You literally cannot, because at some point, you're going to have different people wanting different things from you. And especially also when it comes to adjusting your behavior, you are also a person. Everyone is equal in a sense of that we're all humans. In the eyes of Creator, we're all equal creatures. The other person is not more important than you. Their needs are not more important than your needs. Your needs, your desires, your feelings are equally as important as theirs. So why would you sit here and put your own feelings down? Why would you cry over someone who didn't even consider you? That other person is being selfish. They don't care. They're doing them. Maybe they're lying. Maybe they're pretending. They don't care. Okay? So why would you be over here feeling sad that you could have done better, or you could be nicer, or you could be a better human? Listen, you are a good human, okay? Being a good human means you do your best. You have good intentions. By being mean, I don't mean that you have bad intentions. Well, no. It's just about putting yourself first, okay? That's all that means, because you deserve it and you are worthy of it. And I think for a long time, I was afraid of doing this because I was afraid of my ego, because it's important for me that I keep my ego in check and that I don't become like this prideful, egoic person. Like, it's just important for me that I maintain a certain level of humility, I guess. I don't know the word for it, but I just don't want to become like egoic. But there is a subtle balance between being egoic and stuck up and actually having a healthy sense of self-esteem. And I think sometimes maybe you don't want to also be like fully putting yourself first because you don't want to be like, oh, but am I going to be just selfish and people are going to hate me? No, listen, it doesn't matter what people think, okay? And I was afraid of this because I didn't want my ego running the show. But what I realized is that it's healthy to have that, and it's okay to also honor your ego, and it's not going to come from an egoic place because ego is segregational. So what that means is when you're doing it from an ego place, you're doing it from a place of you think you're better than other people. Like I'm very careful that I don't want to think I'm better than anyone because I don't think I'm better than anyone. I think we're all the same. But when you realize that you are all the same, that means you are equally as important as that other person. Okay? It does not give them the right to be more important than you, or your feelings, or your needs, or your heart. Okay? Your heart is just as important as the other person, and you have the equal right to give the same chances as they are. Like if they don't express themselves, if they don't tell you the truth, if they're lying, if they're hurting you, why are you crying? There's just no need to cry. Okay? We cry because sometimes we feel victimized. We feel like we could have done better, or the other person should have done better. But like seriously, instead of crying, just get angry. Like there's no need to cry. What I realized is like I wanted to make a video titled Stop Being Sad, Get Angry Instead, okay? That's been floating in my brain for a while as a video idea, but I never made it because I didn't have enough concept to talk about it. I just think it's a very cool line, stop being sad, get angry instead, because anger is a higher vibrational energy than sadness, first of all, but also it puts you back into your power and out of being a victim. Now, again, it's good to release your emotions, okay? If you have to cry about it, okay? I had to cry about it for, 10-15 minutes just to get it out of my system. But once it's out of my system, it is back on track, okay? You don't want to be stuck in there. It's healthy to get angry, not necessarily even at the other person, but anger is a sense of boundary. It's a sense of empowerment of that, you know what? No, this is not okay. I will not tolerate this. It is not my responsibility. Like, what is this? Why am I crying over this? Why are you crying over this? Why are you sad? Why? They're not worth it. They're not worth it, okay? That's it. Literally, the other person does not deserve your tears. They do not deserve you crying over them. They do not deserve even like having rent in your brain. Please occupy your brain with more important things than whoever Joe Schmo Shugudu did stuff. Like that's not important, okay? There's more important stuff in life to worry about, even if it's painting my painting, okay? Literally. Occupy yourself with something more important than being sad over whoever, whatever. And that's part of being mean too. It just means putting yourself first. It means putting your goals, putting your desires, putting your life first. Once you put your life first, you're going to stop being sad. There's no time to be sad. You're busy. You're busy with your goals. You're busy with your life. You're busy with whatever. It doesn't matter what that is, okay? Doing my nails, doing your nails, you can be busy. But it's part of being mean. It's because you don't care anymore. You just don't care anymore. It does not make you a bad person. It makes you a happy person. And I really want you to also understand this and assimilate it, because I understand the importance it has in my life and the difference in how I feel, because literally I just cried and I feel like so stupid and kind of ashamed about it, because I'm like, why was I crying? That person's not important enough for me to cry over them. Like, they have a responsibility for themselves to express themselves and to communicate. And if they don't do that, sorry, not my problem. It ain't my business, okay? Why should I worry about it? Why should I have to try to be empathic enough to figure out what's going on in someone else's head for them, to be nice for them, to make sure they're happy, when they're not doing that? They're not expressing, they're not telling me, they're pretending. Why should I care? It doesn't matter what realizations I have while painting, because sometimes what it is, it's funny, it just clicks in my brain. I guess it's like a meditation. I don't exactly know what it is. I can sometimes paint for a few hours, get lost in time, and completely forget about it. But It doesn't matter, okay? It's also good to cry because it lets things out of your system, but don't stay stuck there. Don't cry because you are in victim mode. Cry because you understand that it's certain patterns leaving your body. When I was crying, it was because I understand that I care about people, but what was really leaving my body, it's just this part of me that was trying to be good, that was trying to be right and be good to people in ways in which it is not my responsibility to do. And sometimes you don't even know what it is. Sometimes you might want to cry for different reasons, but again, don't stay stuck in that old story, okay? They're not worth it. You are more important than that. So just please put yourself first, okay? I made a video before on how to put yourself first, and to be honest with you, I am like so tempted to unlist that video. I have unlisted it, but I put it back and I feel so cringy about it because I felt so triggered making this, okay? But I just get so passionate about this topic because I know that I was so sad when I put myself last, okay? And I didn't even understand this consciously. I was like not conscious, like what's wrong with me? I was like, why am I like this? I like people, I love people, I want to be good to people. What's wrong with me? Why can I not be happy? It's because I care. You gotta stop caring, okay? Just stop caring. That doesn't mean you don't love people. It doesn't mean you're not kind to people. It just means you care more about your own feelings than theirs because you understand that you're human. Your heart is given to you to take care of. They have their own heart. They have their own brain. They have their own human to take care of. It is their job to communicate, and it is your job to make sure you're okay. Okay? That's it. I hope that this video was helpful. Thank you for watching. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one.